Hello, everybody. Welcome to AEW Weekly Wrap Up. I am your host, Ethan Black. Today, we're going to talk about the shows from this week, the week of February 21st for the 24th, and also random shows for tonight's Rampage and next week's Dark Elevation and Dynamite. So, we'll kick it off with Dark Elevation from February 20th for the 24th. Sorry, not 21st. So we start with AEW Dark Elevation for the 20th, February 20th. So we get with Juice Robinson going with Fuego del Sol. So they walk up to start the match off before they stare each other down before Fuego sends Juice to the mat and then falls with a sunset flip. He tries to go for a DDT. Takes a little too much time, so Juice recovers and sends him down to the mat. Then he falls over a flapjack and stay a splash. Then pretty much the whole entire match, he tries to unlaces Fuego's mask. He looks for me, but Fuego hits a series of chops and insecurity before he can fully do it. He delivers a running uppercut and then a short to midsection of Juice, hits a thrust quick kick, then goes to the top rope, but Juice sends him to the outside. Fuego sends Juice to the outside and hits another thrust kick off the apron, falls with a moonsault off the middle rope. He gets him back there and hits a step-up knee, try to go for DDT again, but Juice prevents him from executing it, then slings him across the ropes. He hits a senton and goes after the play. He goes smash once again and whips it into the corner and hits a short arm clothesline. He delivers a cannonball and series of right hands that looks for the left-handed god, but Fuego rolls him up for a 2 count. So Juice finally pulls off the mask of Fuego and hits the Juice is loose for the win at 6 minutes and 7 seconds. Not a bad opener to kick off Dark Elevation. I give it 5 out of 10. Then our second match, Ring of Honor Women's Champion Athena goes on with Evelyn Carter. Athena hits a forearm, then sends her shoulder first on the ring post, hits him, stomps, and a baseball dropkick sends her to the outside. So she follows her out there, hits a forearm, but Carter comes back with one of her own. So this makes Athena mad, so she charges at her, beats her down, sends her over the barricade, hits a bunch of right hands to her back, knee to the head, sends her in the ring, plants her with a move, then locks in the crossface for the submission win. For the win at 2 minutes 53 seconds. I give this 4 out squash match. Wasn't bad. Then after the match, she held up her women's title, then sends Carter face first into the mat. Then we go to our next match. We get the Firm, Big Bill, and the Moriarty goes along with Warren Johnson and Zach Mason. Moriarty and Johnson lock us start the match up. And then Moriarty hits a short out DDT, then falls over a clothesline in the corner, followed by an overhand chop. Moriarty hits a stomp before Mason makes a blind tag and beats him Moriarty down. So Warren Johnson and Big Bill tag him. Big Bill hits a fallaway slam. Pair of right hands and takes Moriarty back in. Moriarty hits delivers a Norlight suplex, goes for the cover, but Johnson broke it up. So Mason takes and hits a body slam and knocks Big Bill off the apron. Then he hits Lee with a belly-to-belly suplex, takes back in Johnson. Johnson goes to the top rope, goes for a move, but Moriarty caught him with a chop, takes in Big Bill. Big Bill hits a splash in the corner, and the Firm hit their tag team finisher for the quick win at 5 minutes and 34 seconds. I give this match 5 out of 10. Gives us some momentum heading into their tag match with the claim on Dynamite. Then our fourth match, we got some trios action. The Beast of Burns, Nyla Rose, and Maria Shavir. Teams up with Evan Sakura goes Eva Bates, Madison Ray, and Will Nightingale. So Nyla Rose trips Bates. Then she delivers a splash on the right hand, takes an Emery Sakura. Bates looks for a right hand, but Sakura no sells it. Madison Ray takes in and Sakura gets her with a boot to her midsection. Rain fires back with a 4 before Shavir takes a hits a hip toss. She takes a 2-shot Will Nightingale. And Bates takes Rose back in. Rose delivers her short to midsection. Then jams her elbow into Rain's sternum. Rain hits a leg drop and takes back inside Emmy. So Sakura hits the "We Will Chop You." Delivers a right crossbody to Rain. Then takes in Shavir. Shavir hits a kick across the spine of Rain before Vicky Guerrero attacks her while the referee is distracted. So Sky Blue gets in her face and Nyla Rose tells her off. Blue then hits a super kick to Nyla. So Rain hits a series of right hand side to Nightingale. Nightingale sends to the top rope, hits a draw kick. She tries to go for the hip attack, but Marina ducks it. Naito hits a kick to Maria's hitting a spine buster, goes for a cover, but Rose and Sakura broke up the count. Bates makes a blind tag. She hits a kick to Nyla, but Nyla basically no-sells him and hits the Beast Bomb for the win at 5 minutes and 10 seconds. Not a bad trios match. I give it 6 out of 10. So our fifth match, we got Powerhouse going with Sam Muscat. This was a squash match. Hop stares him down. He's going to crash in the mat. Friars rights and lefts. Muscat comes over to integrate, but Hop stays on knees, hits it on his feet, hits a spine buster, and hits the town business for the quick win at a minute 41. I give this 1 out of 10. So match number 6, 10-minute tag team match. We got Ethan Page, Matt Hardy, and Isaiah Cassidy reps from the firm. They're teaming with the Butcher and the Blade. They go against Dark Order. That's Evil Uno, John Silver, and Alex Reynolds, and best friends Trent Beretta and Chuck Taylor. So match started with Alex Reynolds and the Blade locking up. For the Blade hits a short tackle, but Reynolds fires back with an arm drag and crossbody. John Silver and the Butcher tag him. The Butcher lays out Silver and Reynolds with double clotheslines before Isaiah Cassidy blind takes himself in. So the Butcher, the Blade, Matt Hardy, Ethan Page help Silver and Reynolds for some double suplexes, but the best friends make the save and sends all 4 of them out of the ring. Isaiah Cassidy gets back inside of the ring. Evil Uno holds him in place as his own other 4 parts hug and post around him. Ethan Page gets back and hits a short down to Uno. The Blade takes and hits a chop, then takes Page back in. Page hits an elbow to the back of Uno's head, takes in Matt Hardy. Hardy with the accent off the middle rope, then followed by the 3 faces of deletion. Isaiah tags and hits a splash up Uno's back for a 2 count. Cassidy hits a elbow drop off the top rope and tags in the Butcher. The Butcher hits some chops and sends Uno into the middle turnbuckle for taking back in Page. Uno hits a chop at the right hand, but Page fires back with a delayed vertical suplex. Then a couple kicks at Uno's face, but Uno cuts back with a cutter. So Isaiah Cassidy and Chuck Taylor tag back in. Taylor hits a pair of clotheslines with a back body drop. Trent Beretta tags in. The best friends hit the Soul Food half and half combination. Dark Order hits the stairs of clotheslines to Cassidy and Taylor. Isaiah Cassidy and Taylor since the Taylor to the top rope. His best friends try to go for strong zero. But Matt Hardy pulls Taylor off top rope and hits Beretta with a side effect. Cassidy climbs the top rope and hits a swanton bomb for a 2 count. Evil Uno lays out Page with the twist of fate, but the Butcher and Blade pull him out of the ring. They hit drag the leg before Silver and Reynolds hits a pair of Tobe Zuazitas to take them out. Isaiah Cassidy goes flying and takes Silver and Reynolds off their feet. Then he gets back in the ring with Trent. Cassidy tries to go for the twist of fate, but Beretta pushes him off, and Cassidy goes crashing in the Matt Hardy, who falls off the apron. Beretta hits a super kick, and then Cassidy tries taking Page, but Page hops it and check on Hardy, leaving Cassidy alone. Cassidy hits an Enziguri. Looks to go flying, but Beretta catches him, and then best friends hit the Strong Zero for the win at 8 minutes and 52 seconds. This wasn't a bad 10-man tag. I give it 6 out of 10. In our main event, tag team match, the Lucha Bros, Pentagon Jr., Ray Phoenix versus Ari Daivari and Tony Nese. Pentagon Jr. offers him Tony Nese, but Nese responds by flexing his face. So Pentagon does his Male Zero pose, throwing his glove, tells Alex Alvarez, then does his pose. Nese takes a couple shots at Pentagon's throat, falls on a stomp and a back before Ari Daivari tags him. So they look for a double team move on Pentagon, but Ray Phoenix makes a save, and they all spill out to the ring. Daivari sends Pentagon back in the ring, takes Nese in. Nese hits a bicycle crunch kicks and mocks Pentagon. He hits an insecurity for tagging in Ari Daivari. Daivari tries to remove Pentagon's mask, but Pentagon responds for a thrust kick. Nese tags and knocks Phoenix off the apron and then hits some stomps to Pentagon. Daivari tags in Penta, catches him with a thrust kick, falls with a pair of sling blades and takes in Phoenix. Phoenix hits a splash up top and falls with a cutter, goes for a cover, but Daivari kicks out. So Pentagon tags back in. Mark Sterling distracts the Lucha Bros, allow Daivari to roll Pentagon for a 2 count. Tony Nese takes back in, then Pentagon hits a pair of thrust kicks. So Phoenix splash top punch with cutter, go for a 2 count. Pentagon takes back and Sterling strikes the Lucha Bros. Daivari rolls up Pentagon for a 2 count. Pentagon's pair of thrust kicks to Nese. Daivari by Sterling gets to the ring, tells him off. Alexander Hernandez gets Sterling's face and Lucha Bros double super kick. Phoenix climbs the top rope as Pentagon got Nese's position. They hit the Fear Factor for the win at 6 minutes and 42 seconds. I give this match 6 out of 10. This was a bad main event, but so that was Dark Elevation. The only matches I probably recommend checking out would probably just be the last two matches, honestly. So that was Dark Elevation. Then we go to Dark from February 21st. We had 13 matches. Honestly, we did not need that many matches. So I'm sorry. That was just way too many matches. So the opening match, Matt Sydal goes well with Slim J from the Trustbusters. So Slim J gets him at Sydal's face. Sydal pushes him, and Slim J hits a take a breather for a sec outside. They get back inside the trade back and forth with submission holds. Slim J breaks his fingers in Sydal's L's before Sydal hits a chop. Sydal delivers a jumping knee, but Slim J sends him to the outside, where the rest of the Trustbusters being able to distract the referee. They toss Sydal back in the ring, and Slim J begins to wear down submission holds. Sydal delivers a few kicks, but Slim J fires out a series of clotheslines. Sydal fires out kick to the thigh, Slim J, and chest, and hits him with a spinning heel kick. He delivers a chop and hits the side. Slim goes for a cover. All he got 2 count. Sydal whips it into the corner, and Slim J hits a boot to Sydal's hip for a teeter on the top rope. Slim J pushes Sydal off, and Sydal manages to able to leap in Hurricanrana. He tries to go for a lightning spiral, but Slim J escapes and plants Sydal. Ardevar distracts the referee as GSK holds Sydal in place for Slim J hit a forearm. Sydal ducks it away, and Slim J takes out GSK. So Matt Sydal takes advantage and hits the lightning spiral for the win at 10 minutes and 31 seconds. This was a fun opener. I give it 7 out of 10. After the match, Trespass beat down Sydal, but Top Flight and Eric Fox make down the save. Then our second match, Julia Hart goes on with Dylan McCarvey. So match starts with a lockup, and Hart shoves her into the corner, but she fires back. But Dylan fires back with forearm, but Julia sends her arm bounce up top rope, hits Silver Stomps, pushes in the corner, but more right hands and locks her in the Heartless for the quick win at 2 minutes and 47 seconds. I give it 3 out of 10. Then we go to our third match. We have the Workhorsemen as JD Drake and Anthony Henry. They go against Jay Malancy and Oliver Sawyer. So Henry and Sawyer walk up. Henry sets him for a suplex, but Sawyer escapes and rolls him up for a 2 count. JD Drake tags in, and he hits a high boot chop in the right hand. Anthony Henry tags in, hits a splash and a pump panel gut buster. He locks in an ankle smash, but Sawyer makes it to the bottom rope for a rope break. Henry hits a kick to Sawyer's spine, then tags Drake in. Drake delivers senton over the top rope, gets in the ring, bodies on a hit butt. Jay Malachi tags in, delivers super kick to Drake at back elbow, looks for a cut off the ropes, but Drake cuts him mid-air, hits a German suplex before they hit it. It was like a flatline or kick to the back of the head for the win at 4 minutes and 10 seconds. I give this 5 out of 10. Then we get a logo for QTV flashes on the screen, promising to be coming soon. Then we get our fourth match. We got some tag team action. It's the Renegade Twins, Robin and Charlotte, goes against the Blair Twins, Lizzie and Payne. So the Renegade Twins tag the Blair Twins from behind. Robin Renegade sends Payne Blair into the corner. Tags her sister Charlotte. Charlotte fires off several stomps, tags Robin back in. So basically they're taking control with multiple tags. They hit a double chop to Payne before Lizzie Blair takes it. And then the Renegade Twins hit the Sling Blade Spine Buster come on Lizzie for the quick win at 2 minutes and 27 seconds. I give this 5 out of 10. Not a bad tag match. I wouldn't mind seeing Renegade Twins on AEW TV some more. So match number 5, we got Preston Fans versus LFI. Goes against Blanco Loco. So the match starts off with a lockup, but Preston hits a short dive, but Loco fires out a pair of kicks. Preston sends him into the corner, fires a bunch of forearms, big boot and serious splashes. Shorts and midsection Loco, plants with spine buster, and discus lariat for the quick win at 2 minutes and 6 seconds. I give this 4 out of 10. Then after the match, he takes Loco's mask and walks away with it. In our 6th match, we got Tony Devin going on with Caleb Conley. So the match starts with a lockup. Devin sends him into the mat, but Caleb kicks back up, and Devin hits a boot to the midsection. Devin sends Conley onto the apron, charges them, but Caleb comes back with a kick to the face, and then tornado DT into the ring. Devin sends Caleb bounces off top of him, trips and hits a knee across the back of his neck. Falls with a senton, kick to his spine, another kick to his spine. Devin hits a body slam, looks for a senton, but Caleb with his knees up hits a far via forms. Hit Caleb with a lariat and a suplex for a 2 count. Caleb comes to the middle rope and looks to fly, but Devin moves out of the way and hits a knee. Falls with a German suplex and a forearm to the back of his head for the win at 4:39. Not a bad match at 5 out of 10. And in our next match, we got Iron Savages. That is Bronson and Boulder go against Chris Sandit and Terry Kidd. Sandit starts fire kicks. Bronson fires back with back elbows. Edge reserves before Boulder and Kidd tag in. Bronson hits a right hand and rams Kidd's side into his knee multiple times, but Sandit runs to the ring. Helps his partner, but Boulder takes it out. And then they do their Bronson splash up top to cover both men for a quick win at 2 minutes and 5 seconds. I give this 4 out of 10. So match number 8, Joe and Raju. For Heat, Raju goes against Steel Springs and Bryce Keenan. Raju mocks Springs before they lock out. Springs begins working on the arm. Raju takes a Bryce Keenan. Keenan hits a headbutt off the top rope and delivers a boot. Raju fires by one of his own, takes in Jarrell, then fires up several times in a Fargo suplex. He takes off Keenan's shirt and gets him on his shoulders, whips him in the corner, retreats and tags and hits Splash in the corner, falls on an elbow drop and goes for the cover. Springs breaks up the fall and takes it and hits an uppercut. He shoves Raju's head into his knee before Jarrell takes it. Raju hits a knee, Jarrell falls with a big boot for the win. At 3 minutes and 9 seconds, this was a squash match. I get 4 out of 10. We got our next match. We got Emery Sakura going on with Billy Starks, our 9th match of the night. So match starts with a lockout. Starts with the body slam, but Sakura tosses her across the ring. Starts with several stomps. She hits a chop, but Stars fires back elbow. She rolls up Emery for a 2 count, so she hits a 4, but Sakura sends them and locks in a bow and arrow submission. Stars counters the hold into a cover for a 2 count. Sakura hits over some sort of head before they go back forward chops. Sakura gets the upper hand and Stars crashing into the mat, but Stars fires back with several forms, kicks to her chest. So hits chop over arm, but Stars hits a pump kick for a 2 count. So Sakura plants her face first and hits the "We Will Chop You" in a run cross body. She sends to the top rope, but Stars gets her up on her shoulders. Emmy escapes, but Stars hits the tombstone for a 2.5 count. She goes to the top rope, hits the swanton bomb, tries to go flying again, but Sakura moves out of the way. They split to the outside where Emmy hits several chops. Then she hits a running crossbody onto the staging, throws her back in, butterfly backbreaker, and then they moonsault for the win. At 9 minutes 11 seconds, I give this 7 out of 10. Easily so far best match of the night. So match number 10, we got Brady Booker, who is the former Bodie Hayward from WWE NXT, part Chase U, makes his AEW debut because it's Dak Draper. So they go back for submission holds before Draper hits a knee across Brady's neck. Brady comes back with a short to Dax's midsection. Falls a pair of arm drags, but Draper plants him with a knee to the midsection. Falls with a power slam, modified back body drops and it's standing splash. Draper with a back elbow for Brady gets him up and locks in the torture rack for the submission win at 3 minutes and 51 seconds. I give it a 6 out of 10. Good showing from Brady Booker. Impressive. I hope we see him more on Dark. So match 11, we got trios action. We got Ryan Nemeth, Piero Avalon, and Cesar Bononi. Represent the Wingman goes to Jared Diaz, Jay Marty, and Richard Adonis. The Wingman knocks Diaz and Jay Marty off the apron, so they start beating down all 3 men before Richard Adonis hits the back elbow to Piero Avalon. Bononi takes in and hits an inverted body slam, stomp to the head, full line elbow. Then he hits a far-away slam before Marty takes in. Benoni hits a spot, catches with a splash, tags him Ryan Nemeth. Nemeth plants him face first, then gloats, punches him in the corner, takes Diaz in. Diaz hits a clothesline, but runs into Benoni, so Caesar plants with a slam. Pierre Avalon tags in. Nemeth and Benoni hit a sit death driver. For Avalon hits the splash for the quick win at 3 minutes and 50 seconds. I give this 3 out of 10. Match number 11, we got the boys, Brendan and Brett Tate, go against Jeff Jarrett and Sanam Singh. So Jarrett and Singh attack the boys from behind. They send Brent Tate out of the ring before Jarrett works over Brendan Tate. Jarrett sends Brent into the corner and levels Brent with a lariat. Brent tags in and Jarrett catches a kick to his midsection. Sanam Singh tags in and hits a punch to the back. Brent falls over the body slam and then constantly sends Brent's head into the mat. He goes for a splash for a 2 count. So Jarrett and Brendan tag in. The boys double team on Jeff Jarrett before Brent takes in. Jarrett hits a back elbow, tags in Singh. Singh hits a big boot, catches him and plants the boys with the choke slam for the win at 3 minutes and 57 seconds. I give this 2 out of 10. Then our 13th and final match of the evening, Trent Beretta goes on with Tony Nese. So match starts with a lockup. Nese shoves Beretta into the corner. They go back for submission holds. Before Beretta runs the route slides out of the ring, he argues with smart Mark Sterling. Nese tries to take advantage as he goes for one, but Beretta moves out of the way, hits a chop. He sends Nese into the barricade, hits an elbow. Nese fires back with a kick to the midsection of Beretta, but Beretta hits him with a baseball kick for the middle row. Follows up with a cross body. He ranks out some right hands and chop, but Nese fires back with a baseball slide. Then get back in the ring for Nese hits a kick to Beretta's leg, and they spill to the outside where Nese whips Beretta into the barricade, throws him into the ring apron. He throws him back in the ring, hits serious thumbs, but Beretta comes back with a back body drop. Nese with a pair of knees to the midsection of Beretta, but Beretta hits a vertical suplex. Nese sends Beretta face bouncing off the top rope, and Beretta hits a back elbow. Nese sends Beretta bounce up top and hits a moonsault. He goes back to the top rope, but Beretta meets him there and hits a superplex. We get a forearm exchange before Nese gets the upper hand and delivers kick to the midsection of Beretta. Beretta fires back with a pair of suplexes. Then he falls with dinner DT for a 2 count. Then he hits a double stomp. Then climbs the top rope, hits a cross body. Nese kicks Beretta in the face, falls with a knee, climbs the top rope, goes for 450, but Beretta rolls out of the way, hits the running knee, and then the Dude Buster for the win at 14 minutes and 14 seconds. I give this match 7 out of 10. Fun little main event here between these two guys. This is actually the longest match out of these 13 matches. This one and the opener were the 2 longest on this show. This wasn't a bad episode. Dark, like I said at the beginning, this was too many matches. They did not need 13 matches. I get you got tapings this weekend coming up, so you're trying to fish them all, but like honestly, that was way too much. But I'm probably just spoiled because on Dark Elevation we get like 7 and 9, and the last few weeks I know we had like 8 or so. But not a bad episode. Dark. If I had to pick 2 matches from this, if I had to pick my cherry picks for this show, I say check out the opener between Sidedown Slim J, Evan Tucker vs. Billy Starks, and the main event. That's the only 3 I recommend checking out. So that is AEW Dark from February 21st. Excuse me. And now we go to Dynamite from February 22nd. We start with the All-Atlantic title. Orange Cassidy defends against Ring of Honor Peter Champion Wheeler Yuta. So Cassidy starts the match by giving a handshake, but Yuta goes for a slap, but Cassidy ducks and runs the ropes a bit, and then they're trading multiple pins. Yuta goes to the outside, so Wheeler runs by itself Cassidy from putting his hands on the spot for taking him down to the mat. Also, on here comes Ring of Honor World Champion Claudio Castagnoli. Makes his way down to the ring and slaps some sense into Yuta and tells him the Black Bull Combat Clan means something to him. Hits the anthem and he goes right after Cassidy, who hits a tope suicida to the outside. Yuta hits a tope suicida, where he sends Cassidy into the barricades and the timekeeper's table. So Claudio seems satisfied with the new attitude of Yuta, so he walks to that back. So Yuta starts chopping Cassidy back in the ring, but Cassidy gets his hands in the pocket. Cassidy comes back with a dropkick and smashing Yuta's face in the turnbuckle 10 times. Jumps on top of Yuta salts him with an enziguri. Hits a flying elbow truck on the top rope for a 2 count. So Yuta dropkicks Cassidy to the outside. So we go to pitcher-in-pitcher. After the pitcher-in-pitcher, Yuta is in control, so stomping on Cassidy's face, but he kicks right back for giving Yuta a hug. Yuta headbutts his way out and starts hammering down fists to Cassidy. Cassidy tries to knock Yuta to the outside, but Yuta comes back with a German suplex. Cassidy comes back with his own before they go back and forth as Yuta puts the seatbelt on Cassidy for a 2 count. They spit at each other, but Yuta's gum landed around Cassidy's forehead before they start trading forearms and elbows. Orange try to hit the beach break, but Yuta escapes by holding the ropes, so they fight on the apron. Cassidy back by drops Yuta off of it, hits a DDT on the floor. He throws him inside, hits another DDT, and then Yuta goes on to hit Laser Cassidy with a power drive for a 2 count. Yuta starts dropping elbows before trying to seep out again, but Cassidy gets out of it. He hits elbows and they go back and forth for a bit. Cassidy kicks out at the seatbelt. He hits the orange punch, but Yuta kicks out too. Hits a beach break. Yuta kicks out of that as well. Orange Cassidy hits a second orange punch to put away Yuta for the win at 16 minutes and 51 seconds. Excellent match to kick off Dynamite. I give this 8 out of 10. I recommend checking this match out. So after the match, Cassidy goes to hug Yuta, but Claudio makes his way back and tells Yuta to leave the ring, which he does. Then we go backstage. Renee Paquette is backstage with Hangman Page and Evil Uno. He asks Uno how he prepares for John Moxley, but Paige interrupts, says you can't repair him, but Uno interrupts him again. It says every time Paige asks Darker not get involved, it means they're not on his level. So Uno asks Paige not to get involved in his match later in the show. So Ricky Starks makes his way down the ring, gets a good reaction from the crowd in Phoenix, which she acknowledges he said they'll get mad if he gets over this time. Starks mentions what's going on with the JAS and accepts that the rematch with Jericho won't happen and he's moving on. So Starks reveals an open contract for a match against him at Revolution. It mentions a song saying the Revolution will be televised, won't be left off. Starks asks who will accept it as Chris Jericho makes his way out to the ring. As Ricky Starks rolls his eyes in the ring, that was pretty funny. Jericho says that Starks is baiting him to do a match, but it's never going to happen because Starks isn't on his level. Jericho says good luck with his open challenge. I hope it goes well for him. Then all of a sudden we hear the Wingman's theme music. It's Pierre Avalon makes his way down the ring, but Jericho stops him and lays him out with the juice effect. So Jericho gets in the ring, says you can't have Revolution without him. And maybe he should have the rematch at Bear Starks. Starks says Jericho will have the rest of the JS to help him. He doesn't understand why he needs them. Starks says Jericho has hit him to get it done by himself, which Jericho questions if he thinks Starks can't beat him one-on-one. Starks thinks Jericho can, as Jericho takes the contract, and he says he's the great Chris Jericho, and he beats him on his own. He will sign it and have the JS stay in the back for the match, as he does have a pin. But Starks says he does, so he pulls up against Jericho, and he clicks the pin, which pops the crowd in Phoenix, Arizona. So Jericho says he tells Starks to be careful, which is because nobody outsmarts him, as Starks looks in the camera and winks. So we get that match made for Revolution. Then we get all the teams talk about. Sorry, we get all pretty bad for all the teams tonight. Revolution's tag team battle, clear why they will win tonight. Then we go to our second match. We got the Acclaim, Anthony Bowens, Max Caster go against Big Bill and Lee Moriarty from the firm. So Caster and Moriarty running the ropes. Caster takes Moriarty down to arm drag. Anthony Bowens tags in and he hits Moriarty with a backbreaker for a 2 count as we go to pitcher in pitcher. We come back from break. We see the AEW World Tag Team Champs, the Guns, have made their way down to the ring. They're watching for the ramp. Bowens goes after Moriarty, hitting with a fist plant before Bill runs in and stops him. Big Bill takes Billy Gunn off the apron with a big boot. And Austin Cole and Gunn start attacking their own dad, Billy, on the outside. The Acclaim chases them away as Moriarty hits Bowens with a DT for a 2 count. They go back forth until Bowens hits the arrival, and Caster hits the mic drop for the win at 7 minutes and 12 seconds. This was an okay match. I give it 5 out of 10. So then we see Tony Schiavone is on the ramp and welcomes Christian Cage out. As Cage comes out, Jungle Boy Jack Perry runs out and spears Cage before Cage can say anything. Jungle Perry, sorry, didn't mean to find him. Jungle Boy grabs 2 chairs and teases in a concerto, but he hesitates, so Cage takes advantage and lows blows him. He smacks him in the face with a chair. Sorry, he smacks him, then hits him with a chair for continuing smashing Perry's face into the chair. Cage raises Perry's head to show that he's bleeding before standing on his head as the official had to break them up. This was a great statement. This will probably be another Revolution match. Then we get a video package from Wardlow's sit-down interview from last week before we got word from the TNT and Ring of Honor TV champion Samoa Joe, who says Wardlow will regret stepping into the ring with them. Then we get our third match. Saraya goes on with Sky Blue. So Saraya Pie faces Blue to start the match off, but Blue comes right back. Blue gets on the top rope, but Tony Storm jumps on the apron, distract her as Saraya knocks her down. Saraya says stomping Blue in the corner before she tosses her to the outside where Storm hits a snap suplex as Saraya was distracting the referee Aubrey Edwards. So back inside, Saraya starts stretching Blue while taunting the crowd. But Blue gets out. She comes to the top rope, but Saraya stops her. She tries to go for a superplex, but Blue pushes her off. Hits a crossbody, couple of knee strikes, and a draw kick, but Tony Storm gets on him to prevent Aubrey from doing the count. So Saraya hits the thrust kick before locking in a what's called the Page Tapo. I don't know what she's calling it now. I'm just going to say the Saraya submission for the win. At 3 minutes and 42 seconds, I give this 1 out of 10. I was not a big fan of this match at all. I don't care. Honestly, I could not care about this match. I mean, the fans in Arizona love Sky Blue, but I just couldn't get into this match at all. So after the match, Saraya and Storm started trying to spray paint Blue, but here comes the women's champ Jamie Hayter and Britt Baker. They want to stop them as they're leaving. They spray painted some fans' DMD sign. Then all of a sudden, Ruby Soho comes on the ring and she points at Hater that she wants to shot the women's title. Close that segment. Then after the break, Brian Danielson comes on the ring and says he's glad to be back in Phoenix, Arizona. Where they start cheering for us, they sound like they want him to win the AEW World title. Danielson says he will do everything in his power to beat MJF for the world title, but at first he wants to double what MJF said last week. MJF says how Danielson says how MJF hates him, but put a bounty on his head and try to injure him. Danielson starts double William Regal being hospitalized, but here comes the MJF, the world champion. Cuts him on, makes way down the ramp. He starts out with this girl who wants to spend the rest of his life with, start a family with, but she left him as a crowd chanted, "You deserve it." MJF says the only thing that matters is the world title, and the only thing stopping him from taking pills. MJF mentions Danielson and his family and Dale's concussion history. And now every time Danielson steps in the ring, he says that wrestling is more important than his family. MJF mentions sending Regal to the hospital. Now he's going to punish Danielson at Revolution for trying to take the one thing he had in his life and for everything Danielson has taken for granted. So MJF points at the camera and said he will speak to Danielson's children, but Danielson said he don't he dare or he'll kick the shit out of him. So MJF says hi to Birdie and Buddy, Danielson's kids, and tells how Dad did pay for all his selfishness, and he continues to talk about what he's going to do. Tell what he's doing, but he has to make his way to the ring. Danielson starts attacking him. As they go out, security comes out and keeps on apart. MJF escapes before Danielson sneaks out and gets one last shot into MJF before they go to commercial. I thought this was a great segment. I can't wait for the world title match at Revolution. Shivani is backstage with the champ Jamie Hayter and Britt Baker. Hayter knows this right, keeps glazing at her woman's toe, and she has a loss in match and she returned. Hayter says she thinks someone else is turning for Ruby Soho, so they made the match official for a triple threat and says she'll beat the both of them. So and then we go to our fifth match, our first up two Revolution qualified matches. This is a normal 10-team battle royal. This Wednesday will be the Casino Battle Royal. So the 10 teams in this battle royal are best friends, Tremper and Chuck Taylor. Lucha Bros has Pentagon Jr. Ray Phoenix. Jericho Operation Society's Matt Menard and Angel Parker. John Silver and Alex Reynolds of Dark Order. Lead faction on Ingonables as Rush and Preston fans. Aussie opens Mark Davis and Kyle Fletcher from New Japan Pro Wrestling. Well, they're not signed to them, but they've been wrestling there a lot. Dante Martin and Darius Martin of Top Flight. Jeff Jarrett, Jay Lethal, The Butcher and Blade, and Ara Devar, and Tony Nese. So the winners of this match will join the Acclaim and the champs, the Guns, in a Fair 4 tag match at Revolution. Some match starts with some teams are on the outside side observing as Pentagon Jr. and Tony Nese are finding the apron. All of a sudden, here comes Mark Briscoe, runs when he starts going after Josh Woods. Pentagon falls with a fear factor to Nese on the apron to eliminate him. It's not so with AEW rules, you have to eliminate both members of the team, not WWE's way, where you eliminate one member of the team and the team's out. So Lucha Bros eliminate Ara Davari. Our press him Ara to send him out on the knee. So we go to pitcher. So Ara Davari Tony's the first team eliminated. We come up from pitcher break. The Butcher and Blade eliminate Aussie Open as John Silver tosses out the blade. And commentary mentions that Darius Martin was eliminated as well during the pitcher. Butcher eliminates Alex Reynolds. Pentagon eliminates Preston fans, but Preston grabs Pentagon's leg and Rush eliminates him. So Ray Phoenix and Rush are going out on the apron as Phoenix walks the rope and kicks Rush off, eliminating him. So LFI is the third team eliminated. The Butcher eliminates John Silver as JAS finally make their way inside the ring to try to eliminate best friends, but Danhausen runs in and he goes tossed over the ropes as well, but Danhausen curses him on the outside. So best friends eliminates JAS. So now we're down to Jeff Jarrett, Jay Lethal. Jay Lethal and Jarrett eliminate Chuck Taylor. And now it's down to Jarrett, Lethal, The Butcher, Phoenix, Trimper, and Dante Martin. But Butcher eliminates Dante Martin. Phoenix eliminates The Butcher, and Jay Lethal eliminates Phoenix. So now we're down to Jay Lethal, Jeff Jarrett, and Trimper from Best Friends with a 2-on-1 advantage. Beretta tries to eliminate both of them, but Saddam Singh keeps catching them. Jarrett hits the stroke on Beretta, but he tries to eliminate him, but Orange Cassidy's there to save him. As just on Jericho Beretta, he eliminates Jay Lethal. Danhausen chases Dutt to the back as Singh catches Jarrett again from elimination. Jarrett hits another stroke and eliminates Beretta for the win at 18 minutes and 32 seconds. I give this 2 out of 10. I cannot get into this match. And honestly, I don't even know why Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal I like Jay Lethal, don't get me wrong, but I don't know why Jeff Jarrett needs to be in here. Like, they do not need another shot at the titles. We have plenty of great teams like Lucha Bros, Best Friends, Aussie Open, LFI, like any of those. But seriously, we have to go back to Jarrett and Lethal. I don't like Decision one bit. Then we get a promo from the House of Black. Says they want to talk to Elite this Friday, but stay at the Trios titles. Probably another match up for Revolution. Then Renee Paquette is backstage with Tony Khan, who says he had a huge announcement to make. Tony says it involves a lot of people before pass off to Adam Cole to say it. Cole says in March there'll be a weekly 1 hour television series immediately after Dynamite called AEW All Access, where Cole says he's happy to share his journey to recovery. And then also the night the show premieres, he will make his in-ring return and be the best Adam Cole he ever will be. I thought the announcement was disappointing. I actually thought we were getting like another Forbidden 2 announcement or something with the UK or etc. Honestly, this could have been on Twitter. To be honest with you, this don't have to be on the show. Then our sixth and final match, the main event, Jon Moxley goes on Evil Uno. And immediately Uno goes right to Moxley as the bell rings. As we see Heyman Page watching in the back. Uno starts whipping Moxley with his jacket as they head to the top rope where Moxley starts ripping Uno's mask, take him down. Uno kicks Moxley off the apron, goes to the top rope and hits a senton off the top rope. They continue fighting on the outside where Moxley tosses Uno into the steel steps before driving his face into it as well. As Uno makes slowly back inside, we see that he is busted open. Moxley continues hammering on Uno's face, but Uno comes back and hits two back-to-back power drivers for a 2 count. Moxley puts on a sleeper hold. He hit the Bulldog choke. Start driving his elbows for sleeper hold, didn't put him Bulldog choke. Uno's puts discussion down. Puts it in the referee stops the match for the win at 6 minutes and 14 seconds. I get a 5 out of 10. Not a bad main event. Honestly, this felt like a Rampage main event. So after the match, Moxley doesn't let go of the move. So here comes Silver and Reynolds to make the save to get it off him. Then we see Blackpool Combat Club's Claudio Castagnoli where Yuta runs the ring and they're all brawl. All of a sudden we hear Heyman Page. She comes to the ring, goes after Moxley with a barbed wire, hits him with it, and Moxley got busted open. The close out Dynamite. This was an okay Dynamite. And honestly, the only good match was the opener. Everything else is pretty much skippable. So that was Dynamite. So tonight's Rampage, we got a tag team match. We got 2/3 of the Trios champions, the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson. They're going against Aussie Open, Mark Davis and Kyle Fletcher. That looks really good. Tony Storm goes on with Willow Nightingale. Lance Archer finally makes his return to AEW as he's in action. In the main event, speaking of action and drag goes on with Sammy Guevara. So Monday's Dark Elevation, I'll run that down real quick. And my Sarkar goes from Rochelle Rivera. And tag team match, we get Matt Taven and Mike Bennett, the Kingdom. Go against EJ Sparks and Aguila. In trios match, we got Maria Shriver, Nyla Rose, Beast and Burns. They team with Dean Monte, goes to Maserati, Miss Anna May, and Brittany Brooks. Powerhouse Hobbs goes against Evan Daniels. In trios match, we got the firms Ethan Page, Matt Hardy, and S.A. Cassidy goes against Watson, Action Braxton, and Ice Williams. Ring of Honor Women's Champion Athena goes against Daniel Camilla. And Kanosuke Takeshita goes with Lee Johnson. Next Wednesday's Dynamite. The only 2 matches we have confirmed right now is the Casino Tag Team Battle Royal. The winner gets the final spot in the World Tag Team Title Fatal 4 match. And Hook, coming back from suspension, goes against To Be Determined. The opponent will be handpicked by Stokely Hathaway. And more matches will be announced on tonight's Rampage. Then on Revolution on March 5th, we have 6 matches officially made. We have MJF defends the world title against Bryan Danielson in a 60-minute Army match. Like I said, the Guns, Austin Cole defend against the world title as a Devour match. 3 challengers are the Acclaim, Anthony Bones, Matt Caster, Jeff Jarrett, and Jay Lethal, and the winner of the Casino Tag Team Battle Royal. Samoa Joe defends the TNT title against Wardlow. Jon Moxley and Heyman Page in a Texas Death Match. Chris Jericho against Ricky Starks. JS is banned from ringside. And Jamie Hare will defend the women's title against Saraya and Ruby Soho in a triple threat match. I mentioned they'll probably add maybe 2 more matches, but I think that should be it. But that is your AEW Weekly Wrap-Up. I'm your host, Ethan Black. I'll be back with you next week.
Thanks for listening to the WWE Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe on your favorite podcast app so you don't miss a show, or head to WWEpodcast.com. And for all of these shows ad-free, head over to patreon.com/WWE Podcast. Until then, we'll see you next time.